show. And as I'm sure everyone here knows, and I hope you know at home, well, it's a very special show tonight, as we only have one guest. We only need the one guest because she is the most successful female recording artist of all time. Hold on to your conical bars and strike a pose. It's Madonna, ladies and gentlemen. He's not coming out just yet. You can relax. She is a pop and fashion icon who's helped define the last 3 decades. Where she led, others followed. She made it cool to be glamorous again when she vogued, the world vogued with her, and now, after the Brits, people can't stop falling over. Actually, after the Brits, I was going to put a ramp in for her, but no. She said she's fine. To get us into the groove, here's just a taste of the Queen of Pop's remarkable career today. Long enough. Let's get her out here. Will you please welcome one of the greatest pop stars of this or any other time? Yes, it's Madonna, everybody. Be careful. Madonna! Let's do some... Don't encourage them. Like they need any encouragement. How lovely to see you again, and thanks so much for coming on the show.
It's my pleasure. You have no idea how happy I am to be sitting in this couch, well, on this couch.
Is it, and it's comfy enough for you? You okay?
I do feel like it's sucking me in a bit. So some people do that on purpose.
Would they get sucked in? Do some people suck you in?
They have furniture that makes people small.
No.
Seriously, do you have like a notebook I could sit on?
Well, I had your notebook of the lyrics.
That I couldn't remember, okay. Yes. So I guess I should sit on my face.
Wow.
It's not very comfy.
It's all happening.
Yeah.
If I could...
Now I feel like we're on the same level.
If I could have that folder when you finish with it. Then I would just learn the lyrics. OK, so here's why I'm especially excited you're here, because after seeing the Brits, which we all saw, and my heart was in my mouth when I saw what happened. I didn't know whether you'd be well enough to perform. I didn't know whether you'd still be able to come on. Talk us through what actually happened on stage to you.
Well, I'm a creature of habit, and I rehearse everything. And I was thrown a wrench at the very beginning of my my entrance. I was told to tie my cape and start much further back than we had rehearsed.
Right.
And so because I had to walk so much further, everybody was worried that my cape was going to slide off because it's quite heavy. So they tied it really tight around my neck. Yeah. So here I am marching in like the Queen. And I got to the top of the stairs and I pulled my silky string and it would not come undone. And my two lovely Japanese dancers basically strangled me off the stage. I had a choice. I could either be strangled or fall with the cape, and I fell.
Okay.
Don't make me watch.
We won't
no,
make
it was
you
a
watch.
horrible nightmare because I like to be amazing for you know. I rehearse and I rehearse and I rehearse so that when I do the show, it's effortless and I create magic. And I did the opposite. I actually created a horror show for everyone.
But that wasn't the case, because what was remarkable is out of that accident, I think there's like a newfound respect and love for you, because most people would have fallen down like that, and there would have been, at the bare minimum, there'd have been some sort of delay. Like, you look at most of our Premier League footballers, they've done like that, they're out for the season. Okay? They're on a stretcher.
That helps the game, that's like...
Well, they do it on purpose, maybe.
Yeah.
But you got straight back up and you got straight back into it. Here's the thing that surprised me, and I don't know how aware of this you are. Some people were saying after the event, I'm sure you all heard this, oh, it was a stunt. Madonna did it deliberately. That's what I heard it on the radio. And then some people cited the lyrics and said, it must have been a stunt because the lyrics make so much sense with that, because you come back and say, took me to heaven and let me fall down. Now that it's over, I'm going to carry on. Lifted me up and watched me stumble. It's like that couldn't have been...
I'm never writing lyrics like that again. Honestly.
They really fit, though.
The universe was, I don't know, trying to teach me a lesson, I guess. I don't know.
Now, I've tried to, in a gentlemanly way, look at your behind. There doesn't seem to be much of a bruise.
I didn't hurt my butt. I hurt my head.
Oh.
I did. I didn't... I know how to fall. I've fallen off my horse many times, and I tucked, and I have, you know, good core strength.
You've got good guns as well, so you're using those...
Thanks.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I had a little bit of a whiplash, and I smacked the back of my head, so...
Wow.
There was a man standing over me with a flashlight till about 3 a.m., making sure that I was still compos mentis.
But, you know, I was amazed because I saw... I mean, I follow you on Twitter. I follow Madonna on Twitter, and I saw that you tweeted before the bits that you were really pretty nervous.
I am. I'm always nervous. Live TV Live TV is ucker.
Yeah.
No, it is. It is when you're singing live. You can't make any mistakes. You can't make any mistakes. You can't make any mistakes.
What's the worst that could happen if you made a tiny mistake? You know,
you fall down the stairs.
Yeah. But that wasn't your singing that was at fault. That was...
No, I know, but I like to make my shows dangerous.
Yeah.
So then there's danger, as you could imagine.
So we'll be seeing more capes then, will we, in the future?
No.
You're done with capes.
Cape fear is over.
So, well, let me ask you, last time I spoke to you, last time I did an interview with you was about 12 or 13 years ago.
Yes, and I remember it was quite cheeky.
Was it cheeky?
It was a bit cheeky, wasn't it?
Was it good cheeky or bad cheeky?
Well, all of our interviews are cheeky.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't... No, actually, it wasn't that one. It was the other one.
The first one was more cheeky.
The first one was super cheeky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
How come I'm wearing a suit and you're not?
I don't know. We've been gender swapped.
You've finally caught on.
Yeah. So where are you now in your life? Because a lot of changes have happened in the last 10, 12 years. You've got your new album. It's out there, Rebel Heart. We're going to hear 2 tracks from Rebel Heart. This is your 13th album. We're going to hear 2 tracks from it this evening. And it strikes me, having played this a lot now and looked at the lyrics, that you are writing more about your life and yourself than you used to. Would that be fair?
Yeah, I mean, I think I always have a handful of songs on all my records that are quite personal, but I think on this record in particular, probably the majority of them are quite personal.
Let me ask you about something in particular then. Let me ask you about... well, Joan of Arc. Let's start with Joan of Arc, which is a song I love on there. And this made me think about you being as well known as you are and being as famous for as long as you have been. The lyrics have been going, each time I take a photograph, I lose a part, I can't get back. I want to hide, this is the part where I detach. It's better on the album. Each time they write a hateful word, dragging my soul into the dirt, I want to die, never admit it, but it hurts. I mean, are you thin-skinned, or are you someone who... I mean, do you really get wounded by the press or people's perception of you that you feel isn't the true one?
I do sometimes. I mean, I like to think of myself as a soldier who's going to get through it. And after over 30 years in this business, I have learned to tune out the noise and to focus on my work and focus on what matters in life. But there are times when what people say does get to me, and especially when I feel wrongly accused of something or seriously misunderstood. I know it goes with the territory, but I'm not going to lie, it does bother me from time to time. So I guess that's what that song's about, that I can't always brush it off my shoulder, and sometimes I am wounded by things that people say.
But it's interesting to see you showing that vulnerability, because, and I don't know whether this was because of the period that you first came to performance and that we were aware of you, but you projected a very tough image, and that's what made it unusual to see a young woman projecting that kind of image back then.
Yeah, but one has to have a tough image to survive in this business. One has to be tough, and you know that when people are overtly tough, that's their armor to protect themselves, and that's how I survived for so long. But obviously, there's the flip side.
Yeah. So the flip side is that people then take you at face value and think they can...
Well, the flip side is that people think that I am an armadillo and they can say whatever they want. Nothing's going to bother me, and that's simply not true. Yeah. So don't hurt my feelings, Jonathan.
You know I wouldn't. You know I want you to have a nice time.
Okay.
Okay. Let me ask you then about... You couldn't really step away from it, though, because you're too famous. I mean, most people, you get a point where you think, OK, they could go back to anonymity. You couldn't.
I don't want to step away from it. I love my job. I'm the luckiest girl in the world to do what I do. I don't want to be anonymous. But there is no but. It's just the butt I'm sitting on. Actually, there's a book and a coat. Yeah. And a butt.
And a butt without a bruise on it. Let me ask about the lyrics, these lyrics in particular. And here you go. This is a track which isn't on the regular album, it's on like the deluxe edition. Veni, vidi, vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. I think
you speak Latin.
Oh, perfectly. And here's the quote. Then I got married, happily of course. Then that ended in a bad divorce. I know how to pick 'em, don't I?
But I didn't say that. That's not my line. That's Nas's line.
Yeah.
You can quote my lines.
I
don't talk about my divorces in this song.
Do you not?
No.
Let's talk about on the show then instead.
Other things. What would you like to know?
No, well, I tell you what I want to know. When I met you, the last time I interviewed you, you were with Guy, and you seemed super happy, of course, and you were, I'm sure. Yeah. And now, of course, you're not with Guy. Divorces happen. Was he the wrong person? Were you the wrong person for him? Or were you fine then and your life changed? What happened in that?
I think so much has to do with timing. Timing, meeting people at the right time in your life, being ready for one another. Marriage obviously involves a lot of compromise, and he has a big career, I have a big career, and you know, how do we adapt to each other's big careers? And I think it's a question of timing. You know, sometimes you can meet somebody at the wrong time, even though they're the perfect person for you, and then it doesn't work out. So that's it. I think it was a timing thing. And he forced me to go to pubs all the time. And I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You seem to like that, though. You seem to so like being here.
I still like being here. I love London. I love it. I love my house. You know what I really liked about being here? I felt like I could start all over again. Yeah. And I really enjoyed... I felt like I was in an exotic place, even though England is very similar to America in many ways. It's very different. So I learned to love and appreciate things about English culture that I didn't grow up with. I mean, I grew up in the Midwest. My house had aluminum siding on it. I never heard of Georgian architecture before. I'd never been horseback riding before. I didn't know about fly fishing. I never drank ale. I mean, the list goes on and on. So we don't have any queens, and well, we have queens, but not.
Most of them are here this evening as well, I think. You're very welcome, you are too.
And I do not take my queens for granted.
Yeah, no.
I really enjoyed living here, and I love adapting to new environments, and I did enjoy myself. I learned a lot.
Let me ask you about right now, then. Are you single now? Are you seeing someone? Are you looking for a man? Are you open to offers? What's the situation right now?
My God, that's like 10 questions.
Oh.
I'm single.
That's exciting news.
It is. I mean, is it?
I think so, yeah.
What's exciting about it?
Well, because... OK.
Are you single?
No, I'm not single, but I could get a pass. I think I could get a pass. For you, I'm pretty sure I could get a pass.
Really?
But are you looking to meet someone? Because I'm wondering whether... what kind of guys... It would take a certain strong guy to come up to you, because you're Madonna, you know. It's like, do you find that the guys are intimidated by you, or would you not be interested in someone if they were in the first place?
I think the right man will not be intimidated by me. Yeah.
And that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I guess you can't just go out to the pub. You can't go on Tinder.
Or Grindr.
Or Grindr.
Top, bottom,
yeah.
I mean...
I don't even know what that means.
I don't either.
So where do you meet guys then? People arrange meetings for you, or you...
Usually I meet people when I'm working. That's usually the time.
Yeah.
We're in the studio, on a film set, you know, people that I'm creatively collaborating with. That's generally how it happens.
And I get the feeling that you're kind of a confident enough person, a strong enough person, to make the first move. Would that be the case?
I am confident enough to do that. However, I am also kind of old-fashioned, and I like it when someone else makes the first move. So, put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah. And is there anyone you have your eye on at the moment? Or...
Wow, you're really digging.
Yeah. I'm just curious.
Let's talk about music.
OK, so, anyway... OK, well, thank you for talking to me about these.
Really, you're just going to leave me hanging after asking all these crazy...
No, because we're going to come back...
Personal questions. What about fun?
We're going to have fun when we come back from the break. We're going to move on to fashion. We're going to move on to more to music. Let's take a break, though. Let's take a break and we'll come back with that.
OK.
Don't go away, ladies and gentlemen. I will be talking to Madonna about all the different fun aspects of her life after this break. And we're coming back with a live performance. I saw it in rehearsal. It's going to blow you away, so don't go anywhere. I'm still here with Madonna. Before the break, I said, let's talk about fashion, let's talk about the way you dress. I've always loved the fact that you've kind of done what you want. You've always kind of led the way in that. How would you describe the image at the moment on this tour for this album, what you're performing this evening? What's the kind of thinking?
I'm working the Matador theme. That's the feeling that I'm in right now.
And why that particular feeling? It's a great hat.
Yeah. No, but I like the high-waisted pants.
Yes.
I like the jacket.
I mean, that's quite a traditional... I mean, obviously, I've never seen a Matador, but from the behind as well, that's a different view altogether, and I've never seen a Matador dress... I mean, that's...
Yeah. Well, I couldn't help myself.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you couldn't help yourself.
One's allowed one cheeky moment.
I think you certainly are.
Per award show.
OK, but looking at that, I'm thinking, OK, do you now, because your children, what? You've got David and Mercy are 9 each, you've got Rocco, and then, of course, Lourdes is now... Is Lourdes 18?
She's 18, yeah.
She's 18 now. Do you run the outfits past them? Do you say, this is what Mummy's wearing out tonight?
If Lola's around, she will definitely give me the once-over and say, oh, Mom, no, you are not leaving the house like that. She did take a picture of my butt sticking out and send it back to me and say, Mom, really? And I said it was a wardrobe malfunction. I swear. She left it at that.
Well, it was a great entrance. Well, I didn't mean it that way. What I meant was...
I swear to God, it was like... It was after I left the, you know, the big pen you have to stand in where all the paparazzi are standing, and I turned around and that naughty... devilish voice in my head, sometimes I tune into it and sometimes I shut it off completely, said, lift up your skirt. And I did.
There was a picture I saw of, I think I saw a picture of David styling you.
Oh, he's an excellent stylist, yeah. Very fashionable.
That's a great look as well. That's a great look, the two of you.
He looks marvellous in a suit. He actually dressed me that night.
Are they going to go into the entertainment business, do you think? Would any of them, are they showing kind of leanings towards music or dance or performance like that?
They're all, I mean, they're all musical, and I think my eldest daughter she's going to a conservatory, and she's studying musical theatre and acting, dancing, piano, singing, everything. I don't know what she's going to do, but she's really talented.
Has she not said to you, though, I quite fancy this kind of career, this career? You haven't had the conversation?
I think she wants time to figure it out for herself without any pressure, and I respect that.
Yeah. Does she write songs, though? Does she do what you were doing at that age?
She does everything. I mean, I hate to sound like a gushing mother, but she's super talented.
Yeah.
And so is my son. All of my children are talented. Rocco's an incredible dancer. He's funny, quite athletic. David is a guitarist. He's a singer. He's a great dancer. I mean, I could just retire, really.
Yeah.
But they don't have the same work ethic I do.
Madonna, does anyone have the same work ethic that you do?
No. I don't think so.
Yeah. You tweeted a picture of your daughter just a few days ago, I think, a picture of her when she was, you know, little and very cute, and you said how much you missed her. She was away at university.
Yeah.
And that's just sweet.
I did. Sometimes I have terrible missing her pangs, but I have to get permission to post photos
So you ask her first. I'm going to put a picture up. I'm warning you now.
Well, yeah, because the few times I have and I didn't get permission, I got in trouble.
Are you worried about the phase when I'm at the stage now where my youngest daughter just turned 18, and so pretty soon we're not going to have any of the kids living in the house with us, which is just a sort of kind of a horrible thing.
Throw yourself right off the building.
Yeah. Is that how are you getting...
I was devastated when my daughter left. Really. It was the worst heartbreak I've ever experienced.
And you got it to come 3 more times, which is great, isn't it?
Why are you trying to rub it in?
I'm not. I'm dealing with this right now
I just don't think it's fair. It's a mean trick God played.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many cats are you going to get to fill the hole?
I don't like cats. I'm sorry.
Let me ask you about another set of lyrics, which kind of plays into... I'm interested in your take on this as a mother, and as obviously a very hands-on parent. In Devil Pray, you talk about drugs. We can do drugs, we can smoke weed, we can drink whiskey, we can get high, we can get stoned, we can sniff glue, we can do E, we can drop acid. That's a pretty comprehensive list.
Yep.
You've never been particularly into getting high artificially and using substances like that. I mean, I know you've tried, I would have thought, many of them. And yet none of them ever...
Piqued my fancy. Not really. I mean, I like to drink. I like a drink.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not a big fan of drugs. No.
And so, is that because you feel you don't need them, or do you... Is it the loss of control?
They just don't suit me. I don't... It's, you know, in the handful of times that I've tried drugs, many years ago, I just didn't enjoy it. I wanted it out of me.
You wanted it over?
Yeah.
Almost.
I started guzzling bottles of water, thinking that was going to end it.
And so how do you talk to your children about that? Because it's a thing that, you know, all parents have to have that conversation in some way, shape or form.
I just ask my daughter to make wise decisions and to do things in moderation and to try not to mix her alcohols.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm not going to
say no, don't do it, because that's just absurd.
And it's, and it's not going to work
anyway, it's not fair, and I did it. I can't. So...
Yeah. So, you've lived, you've loved, you've learned a lot from that. I was thinking you would make a pretty good agony aunt. Do you dispense advice to friends?
Oh, God, yeah.
Okay. To associate, and you're good at it? Do they listen to you?
Yeah.
Okay. We thought we would ask our audience coming in if they had problems that you might be able to solve. We asked the audience and I asked the crew here as well, and I picked out a few here. Is Dave here? Yeah! Okay. This is Dave. He wants to know...
Are you ready to hear the truth, though? That's the question.
I do, always.
Okay.
You, yes.
Okay.
Well, how often do you get the truth from Madonna? Could you give me some advice, this is Dave's question, how to get time off work when you're out on your tour promoting your new album?
Seriously? Is it really hard to get time off?
Yeah, I mean, I'd leave the job for you, but I mean...
No, don't leave your job for me. Just work extra hard, long hours. Do you have a boss?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, kiss his ass or her ass on a regular basis. Do everything you can for them. Ingratiate yourselves to them. Do extra, extra, extra good things for them. Unexpected acts of generosity and kindness. And then ask for some time off. They can't say no.
Well,
No?
yeah, listen.
That would work for me.
But you know what? You're looking at it from the position of a boss. My advice would be just phone in sick. I mean, that would be...
No, you never want to. No, you never want to. No, you never want to phone in and say you've had a family emergency or you're sick. God forbid any of those things, because then you're putting that out into the universe, and then you're inviting it. And don't do that. Okay.
Well,
and also,
I'd say your grandma died. Just say your grandma died.
You're terrible, Muriel.
It's going to happen one day. You might as well get some benefits out of it.
And I have the bad reputation. What's going on around here? Don't lie.
Well, that's good. Yeah, don't lie, Dave.
If you like, I won't.
Yeah, OK. All right, this is from Howard. Is Howard here? I don't know where Howard is. This is... Howard's a bit poignant, Madonna.
Oh.
He said, I've been single for 15 years. Can you give me some advice on how to get back on that horse?
Well, the last date I went on was about 6 years ago and had a seizure midway through and fell into my couscous.
Sorry, is that Louis Spence?
Do you brush your teeth? I mean, how's your hygiene? It's good? You smell good? Because that's important. Let me see how you're dressed. Oh.
There's your problem right there.
Wait, what's that around your neck?
It's a bib. Is it a bib?
That's not going to be... That's a man repeller. Oh, no,
He wanted the truth.
I think that things come when you're least expecting them.
Yeah, but no one's come near him for 15 years. I mean, that's part of the problem, I think,
That's
isn't
because you're expecting it. Stop expecting it. Just
Open yourself
focus
up.
on you and dressing better.
I think we've got a new show here. I think this is going to be a hit. All right, join us after the break for more from Madonna.
For an interesting ride.
Thank you very much. We welcome back to our Madonna special. I will be chatting to the First Lady of Pop again in just a minute. But first, this is the fabulous Ghost Town.
Maybe it was all too much for a man to take. Everything's bound to break. Sooner or later, you're all that I can trust. Facing my darkest days, everyone ran away. We gotta stay here, I know you're scared tonight. I'll never leave your side. When it all falls down, I'll be on fire when the lights go out. When there's no one else around, we'll be two souls in a ghost town. When the world gets cold, I'll be your cover. Let's just hold on to each other. When it all falls down, we'll be two souls in a ghost town. Tell me how we got this far. Every man for himself. Everything's going to hell. We gotta stay strong. We're gonna hold on. This world is as well start with us, singing a new song, something to build on. I know you're scared tonight. I'll never leave your side. When it all falls down, I'll be on fire when the lights go out. When there's no one else around, we'll be two souls in a ghost town. And the world gets cold, I'll be your cover. Let's just hold on to each other. When it all falls down, we'll be two souls in a ghost town. I know we're alright. We'll never be alone in this mad world. Even with no light, we're gonna shine like gold in this mad world. When it all falls down, I'll be on fire when the lights go out. When there's no one else around, we'll be two souls in a ghost town. When it all falls down, I'll be on fire when the lights go out. When there's no one else around, we'll be two souls in a ghost town. When the world gets cold, I'll be your cover. Let's just hold on to each other. When it all falls down, we'll be two souls in a ghost town. When it all falls down, we'll be two souls in a ghost town.
Thank you.
Madonna, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Fabulous. Would you like me to get your coat off again for you? Here we go. Let's get this on there. Okay. Wow, this is nice.
Back on my face.
Like that way there? Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Put it down comfy side. Okay. That was great. Thank you very much indeed. Hey,
Thank you.
You know, we touched on earlier the press saying things or people saying things that hurt you.
Yes.
In building up and preparing for this show, I read the book your brother wrote about you.
Yeah.
And that was written against your wishes, I believe, and published against your wishes. And
Yeah.
I don't know, are you back in touch with him, or are you guys not speaking?
Yes, I would say we're speaking again. We're friends again. It took a while. It really hurt me. That really hurt me. And it took a while. There was many years of silence. But I do believe in forgiveness. So, and I think that he feels bad that he did it. So hopefully it'll all be all right in the end.
Well, that's nice to hear, because family is, obviously, I mean, it's important to everyone, but I know it's very important to you.
Family is really important to me, but strangely enough, family is not necessarily your blood. I mean, we are raised to think that, but sometimes our family lets us down, and we end up creating a new family for ourselves. And family is really people that you know you can rely on, people who won't judge you, people who have your back, people you can trust, people who are loyal. That's family.
Let me ask you one thing. I'm not going to dwell on that book.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you one thing he said now. I want to know what your opinion was. He talks about, because he speaks about the period when you're filming in bed with Madonna, which was great, by the way. I thought that was just a really enjoyable documentary film. And there's the period when you're with Warren Beatty.
Beatty.
Warren Beatty. OK, thank you. Warren Beatty. And he says, Christopher said in the book, he really felt that you guys were right for each other and that you should have married him.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a perfect example of timing. Because he was ready, and I wasn't quite ready. Because I had just gotten divorced. Remember, there was another husband.
Yeah.
And
Who you get on great with now, I believe.
yeah,
recently,
we're really good friends. I adore him. but I was kind of in going crazy mode. Have you ever been divorced?
I've never been divorced. I can't take the chance, because I'm lucky one said yes, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I just wasn't ready. I just wasn't. So maybe if it had just been a few years later.
Yeah.
Because he's a brilliant, again, another brilliant man that I was lucky to know and have a relationship with.
Yeah. Do you ever look back, though, and think, what if? Or are you someone who ever spends time just contemplating what a different decision would have meant for you in your life?
I do. I try not to do that, because that's a slippery slide to get on, as you know. Or maybe you don't know.
No.
No.
I spend as little time thinking about myself as possible. Let's talk about your children a bit more. Do they like your music? Do they listen to your music now?
Yeah.
And are there kind of periods they particularly enjoy?
Well, they were in the studio quite a lot with me this time, and really big fans of everything I did with Diplo and Kanye. David plays guitar and sings, so he's really into all the more folky stuff.
Yeah. When they listen to the early stuff, though, because it's so different, it's such a different sound. When they hear a song like Holiday, for example, how do they like that?
No, they don't even know who that is.
Yeah. And when they watch the videos, they see the videos from that period, that must be peculiar, I would have thought.
Did you just say peculiar?
Yeah, I said peculiar. But you think I said?
Macubia. Oh, that's a word I don't know.
It must be slightly
It's very
Macubia as well.
Macubia. Honestly, they don't go past Vogue.
Yeah. Is that what you recommend to people? Say, yeah, don't go further back than Vogue.
No, I mean, it's just, I mean, it's another century, isn't it? So.
Yeah, yeah. But that must be...
yeah, it'll happen.
Yeah.
They're in the 90s right now. I can't ask them to go back another decade.
And yeah, it's too far. It's too far.
Yes.
How do you keep on top of the new bands? Is it something you just scour, make sure you listen to stuff that when it's coming out, or do your kids steer you in the right direction?
It's a combination of both. Yeah. I mean, I listen to stuff. I have my mind set on people. However, my children, Lola and Rocco, have excellent taste in music, so they turn me on to a lot of...
But is there stuff, there must be some stuff they like that you don't quite like, that you don't quite get the appeal of? You don't have to name names, but there must be... Like, are you into the dubstep, the dirty grime?
The dirty grime?
The dirty grime.
Yeah, I am, actually. Rocco has really eclectic taste. I mean, one minute we're listening to Bob Marley, and the next minute we're listening to the Dead Kennedys. And, oh, there's my lovely boy.
How old is he now?
14.
He looks like a guy of about 20 there. He's kind of, he's hench, as the kids say.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's a good-looking boy.
Hench?
Hench is like a term for muscular.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, he's quite hench.
Yeah.
And Macubia.
Yeah.
You see, now I've learned a word and you've learned a word.
No, I've learned nothing apart from the fact that I maybe need to speak a bit clearer. That's what I've learned. All right, listen. We're going to take another break, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go away, because when I get back, I'll be talking a minute more, and we have another live track for you, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still here with Madonna. Her Majesty. Well, oh yeah, let's ask about that. And this is you are doing a big tour, and you're going to be over in the UK, I'm hoping?
Of course.
There you go.
Don't be silly.
Yeah.
This is my second home.
So when are you touring? Is it going to be the summer?
In the fall.
Okay. When is that? We're in England?
The fall is in the autumn.
Thank you.
The autumn is after the summer.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes.
And you must still enjoy touring, but is it harder? Is it tougher? I mean, none of us are getting any younger. How are you finding that?
I am getting younger.
Is that positive thinking?
No. That's reality.
Yeah.
Yes, did you see me fall down those stairs?
Yeah, that was a remarkable...
Did you see me get back up?
Yes, I did. You're like a superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing can stop me.
Would you say, despite the fact that you're getting younger, if there's a time when maybe you don't feel you can give us the full Madonna experience, which we've come to expect from you, and it's a big show you put on, do you have a contingency plan? Do you have a kind of show that you'd like to try?
Yep.
So what kind of show might we see in the future?
I'm going to do stand-up comedy. I am. I've already worked it all out.
Have you genuinely thought about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have.
Have you done it in front of anyone yet?
I have.
Who have you done it in front of?
None of your business. But I made them laugh.
It went down well?
Yeah.
But people...
Why do you sound so surprised? I'm funny.
I know you're funny, but you can do... There's a lot of funny people out there. There's only one Madonna doing what she does.
Yeah. Imagine, but see, I like the idea, see, me sitting, just come out, sit on a chair, table, you know, with maybe a drink or two.
Yeah.
And just talk about my life, and then like say funny things, tell funny stories.
That is a great idea for a show.
Yeah. So okay, let's call it sit-down comedy.
Sit-down comedy with Madonna.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, you know the first time we sat and chatted, the first time I interviewed you, the book Sex had come out. And at the time that was bold and it was interesting and it was a challenging idea and it was very unusual that someone who was already as successful as you were would want to do something like that. What do you think then, when you see young performers like Miley, for example, Britney, you know, because she's out kind of doing, in a way, what you did, but at the same time, it's a more extreme version, perhaps. It's a bit wilder than when you were her age doing that, I think it'd be fair to say. Do you feel that that's your legacy in some way? Are you responsible for that? Are you cool with her choices?
I love Miley. I think she's great. And I'm happy to have opened the gates for all those girls. I think it's good.
What do you think, when I read, I don't know if you're a Joni Mitchell fan.
Huge.
OK. Joni Mitchell is back working again, making new work, and there were some sleeve notes on the last thing I saw from her in which she says she doesn't understand why performers are like that. She said that she saw people turning up for the Grammys and it looked like an award show for a porn convention, is what she said. That's her take on it. What's your opinion?
Well, I mean, I think she's coming from a different perspective. She's an extremely talented songwriter and singer, and I grew up listening to her music, and I was very inspired by the art that she made. I just think we live in a different time, and image is a really big part of our work, and I don't think that sexuality was something that women were exploring or overtly owning up to, and I think it's evolution, part of women's evolution in the entertainment business and in the world.
It's still strange, though, because you don't see young male stars don't seem to feel the pressure or the desire to...
Because men aren't repressed the way women are. So women have to... Women are always being objectified by men. So what women are doing, and what I did with my sex book, was objectify myself.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Miley Cyrus is doing. And you know, it's a question of taste.
Yeah. So you're back living in New York now. OK. I know you still have a place here, and I know you still love England. You're back in New York, and that's, of course, where it began for you, really. I mean, when you went there, how old were you when you left Michigan and went to New York?
18.
So you're 18 years old. So if Madonna now was to meet a young 18-year-old Madonna getting off the bus, with the same drive and focus and determination, what advice would you give your younger self?
Oh, dear. Fasten your seatbelts, you're in for a bumpy ride. Yeah.
You're going to perform for us now. You're going to get changed first.
Yeah.
It's lovely to have you back. Congratulations on the album. Congratulations on surviving your fall.
And congratulations on surviving.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Big shout out to all of us. Thank you very much for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Madonna. Madonna, ladies and gentlemen, I will look forward to seeing you again for another interview in about 10 or 12 years. While Madonna's getting ready, let me tell you about the show next week. I'll be joined by, among others, Russell Crowe and Liz Hurley. But now, here with Living for Love, and as I said, I saw this earlier, and it's a spectacular performance. It is the one and only Madonna.
First you loved me and I let you in. Made me feel like I was born again. You empowered me, you made me strong. Built me up and I could do no wrong. I let down my guard, I fell into your arms. Forgot who I was, I didn't hear the alarms. Now I'm down on my knees, alone in the dark. I was blind to your game, you got a shot in my heart. Living for love, living for love. I'm gonna carry on. Living for love, living for love, living for love, living for love, living for love. Lift me up, living for love, living for love. Lift me up, so lift me I'm gonna carry on. I could get caught up in bitterness, but I'm not dwelling on this crazy mess. I found freedom in the ugly truth. I deserve the best and it's not you. You've broken my heart, but you can't break me down. I'm falling apart. This was lost, now I'm found. Picked up my crown, put it back on my head. I can forget, but I will never forget. Took me to hell and let me fall down. Now that it's over, I'm gonna carry on. Lifted me up and watched me stumble. After the heartache, I'm gonna carry on. Living for love, living for love. I'm gonna carry on. Living for love, 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 love's gonna lift me up. Gonna lift me up, 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 up. Gonna lift me up, 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 up. Love's gonna lift me up. Gonna lift me up, 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 up. Love's gonna lift me up. I'm gonna carry on.
Madonna, ladies and gentlemen.
Looking ahead to Sunday, senior citizen silliness continues in our brand new series of Off the Rockers at 7:30. Footballer Wes Brown and actress Jill Halfpenny take the all-new All-Star Family Fortunes Challenge at 8. And Violet grabs a new suitor as her father is dumped by his date. Brand new Mr. Selfridge at 9.